No, I don't. But should I speak in English?
प्रोग्राम तो बहुत अच्छा करते हो, बहुत सुंदर प्रोग्राम है आप लोग का प्रोग्राम, बहुत सुंदर
ऐसा लगा हम तो योग्य नहीं थे.
I was not qualified, but Gurudev came here.
भ्राता यहाँ बैठ गए और फिर ये जो कुछ भी हुआ,
So whatever happens,
गुरुदेव का कमाल, उनकी मौजूदगी का कमाल.
actually Gurudev is making everything. The presence of Gurudeva is making everything happen. Huh? Yeah, it's. I don't know why it's like. You see it?
Yeah, it's so slightly wonky. Maybe if we move the phone a bit.
Try.
Krishna Bhakti Patadevi Satyavate Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakti. Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare. एक बार फिर बोलो.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
मैं सर्वप्रथम अपने परम आराध्य गुरुदेव नित्य विष्णु मास्टर श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज जी के चरणों में अनंत कोटि दंडवत अर्पित करता हूँ. तत्पश्चात गुरु परंपरा के चरणों में मेरा अनंत कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम. हमारे मंच आसीन पूज्यपाद भक्ति वेदांत पन महाराज जी आज हमारी IGVT सोसाइटी ने उनको
So my business is also to Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, who is present here, who is now also the president of the IGVT community Institute Gauriya Vedanta Trust. Was the director was Pujapada Nitya Pravista Bhaktivedanta Shri Tirtha Goswami Maharaj was the director, the president. But after he left, Srila Goswami Maharaj, now he is taking care of the society. So, to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, please accept my Dandavad Pranams. When Gurudev was doing his sickness pastimes, up there, everywhere. So, So, remembering the words of Gurudeva, whatever he told me, what he hadn't told. Also some audios of Gurudeva that I had never listened before. But now, this audio team people, they're making a very nice job. They're refining Gurudev's lectures, like the audios, the archives, and starting to send us. Very beautiful, very nice. Many times I was in those lectures, even my voice is coming in those recordings. In all lecture we can listen to the voice of Srila Madhava Maharaj. Because when Gurudev used to speak as shloka, Srila Madhava Maharaj's voice was speaking the shloka also in the background. But today I was listening to one class of Gurudeva, that rasa which was coming in this lecture. There was something in it. When I listened to that class before, I couldn't understand all this rasa. Just like for example, small thing. What is Guru Puja? What is Guru Puja? Guru Puja is also called Vyasa Puja. So Gurudeva also used to give a lecture about Vyasa Puja and Guru Puja. Guru Puja is also called Vyasa Puja. And why do we do that? Who is Guru?
Guru is Vyasa.
So when we say Veda Vyasa, Guru is Vyasa. Guru is his representative of Veda Vyasa. So that's why we also see Guru as like a Vyasa. That's why Vyasa Asan. That's why where Gurudeva sits we call Vyasa Asan, place of sitting of Vyasa. Why? You know that Vyasa in English is called diameter. Means Vyasa is the diameter of a circle. Imagine a circle. The diameter is the size of the line that crosses the circle in the middle. So this is called diameter. And in Sanskrit this is called Vyas. And Gurudev gave a beautiful example about it. How can we understand that Guru and Vyas are same? Imagine a lake. Imagine a lake and you throw a stone in the middle of a lake. Then, when this stone falls inside the river, the lake, some circle will be created in the water, surface of the water. And then these waves will become, these circle waves will be bigger, like they'll grow concentrically, and they'll touch the shores of the lake slowly. So these concentric waves, they will grow until touching the shore of the lake. So in the same way, Guru is that person who glorifies the glories of Krishna everywhere in all the world again and again and is expanding the glories of Krishna. He is Vyasa. So that person who preaches the glories of Krishna, he is Guru and he is Vyasa. So Guru Puja is Vyasa Puja. Such interesting sentence. Gurudeva was speaking step by step, making us understand everything. Who can be that? Guru. Who can become Guru? Who can be a Guru? Three kinds of devotees. Kanishta, Madhyam, and third kind, Uttam, Bhakta. So three kinds of devotees. That devotee who is Kanishta, he's not even an actual devotee, but we call him devotee because sometimes he chants Krishna's names. The Madhyam and intermediate, and Uttam, the highest devotee. Uttam Bhakta is that devotee who
जो उत्तम है,
is Uttam, is highest.
वो अगर नजर से देख लेगी तो आप में भक्ति आ जाएगी, यही उनकी कृपा।
And if you come into his sight, bhakti will come to you.
हाथ रख देंगे सिर पे, भक्ति आ जाएगी। पर वो मिलते नहीं है और वो ऐसा करते नहीं है, क्यों? क्योंकि उनकी नजरों में
But the sight, like the vision of this Uttam
सभी
Bhagavat,
भगवान की सेवा में लगे हैं, सभी।
actually he sees that everybody is serving God, everybody.
वो इस चीज में फर्क नहीं कर पाते
He
हैं
doesn't do any discrimination between the things.
कि कौन भक्त है,
Who is devotee and who is
अभक्त।
non-devotee. The Uttam Bhagavata doesn't have do this discrimination.
उनको
He
सभी एक ही जैसे लगते हैं।
sees everyone just like
ये
one.
उत्तम भक्त तीन तरह के होते
So 3 kinds of Uttama Bhakta.
हैं। उत्तम भक्त में तीन तरह
3 kinds of Uttam Bhakta.
के। एक है
One is
नहीं कसाय, सुप्त कसाय, निर्धूत कसाय और
So,
पार्षद। तीन तरह।
3
क्या
kinds.
क्या? सुप्त मूर्छित कसाय,
Murchita Kashai.
सुप्त नहीं, मूर्छित कसाय,
Yes, Murchita Kashai,
निर्धूत
Nirdusa
कसाय
Kashai,
और
and
भगवान के पार्षद।
the Parshadas, the associates of Bhagavan.
ये लेवल होते हैं।
So this level is there of
तो
Uttam
जो
Bhagavat.
इस शरीर में है पर उत्तम भक्त
So
है,
that person who is in this body and is a Uttam Bhagavata, maybe he'll have some impediments, but it's like a dormant impediment. That's why it's called Murchita Kashai. The Kashai, the impediment, is sleeping, Murchit, like a fainting.
ज्वालामुखी होते हैं ना, सुप्त ज्वालामुखी,
Like
कभी भी
the Jwalamukti, just like a volcano, dormant volcano can also eruptate, can also erupt.
शरीर में ये दोष है।
So this is the problem of this body. Something bad can happen in this body. So
जब
when,
नारद जी अपने पिछले जन्म
for example, the Narada was telling the story of his previous life, and he was saying that when I was young, I was listening to the Katha from the mouth of the devotees, and after listening, I completely became absorbed in bhakti and became detached. I just wanted to go with the devotees, whatever. And my mom was a widow, and when my mother left the body, he left and went to one solitary place in the mode of goodness, and then he did bhajan, and Bhagavan appeared to him like lightning, a flashlight, very quickly. And then Narada wanted to just continue remembering the Lord and do bhajan like this. So he didn't have any impediment, kashai, at the time. Just a little bit, he had some sattvic bhava inside him. That was his impediment. But he didn't have any impediment. This is which kind? Murchita Kashai, Narada Rishi. Second, Shukadeva Goswami. Nirduta Kashai means Nirduta means the impediment is over. Impediment is not there any longer. So the example of Shukadeva Goswami, very beautiful description. Because his father had sent him to Janak Maharaj to have some teachings from Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj tested Shukadeva Goswami. So after 2-3 days, sorry. So he stayed 2-3 days like this, and then some lady came. A very beautiful lady came. But Shukadeva was not even looking to this woman, at this woman, because his kashai, his impediment was over. Nirduta means finished. This example, Shukadeva Goswami. So these kind of people, who is higher than them? Those who have already given up this body and they are already in the spiritual body, and they are always with Bhagavan. Who is this? This is a Parshada, Bhagavat Parshada, associate of God. Is the example of Narada Rishi when he left this body and went to the abode of Lord. So this highest devotee. So that example of the Marigari, and Narada asked him, why do you kill the animals? So Narada gave some teachings to Mrigari, to that hunter. To give bhakti and to give teachings, this is not the duty of Uttam Bhagavata. Uttam Bhagavata only gives mercy. Finish. Okay. Like already gives mercy. Sorry. Give teaching and give bhakti. This is a thing of the Madhyamadikari. That's why, generally, if the Guru is Uttam, he gives a step down. He steps down to the level of Madhyam, intermediate devotee. Gurudeva generally used to say that the bona fide Gurus generally, that the Bhagavata explains that Shabda Nishnat means that he's perfect. Shabda means scriptures, Shastra, and he is Nishnat. He's completely expertise. He has expertise in all the Shastras. So this is one qualification of Guru. And also, the Guru must have realization, feeling, transcendental realization of whom? I am not the body. Do you think this is the only realization? No, this is nothing. Do you think he must have realization of I am the soul? No. Actually, the real realization is he has much more realization. He has a realization of the gods and the leelas of God. So we call Swarupa Siddhi, because he's still in this material world. So he's in Swarupa Siddhi. And then? Okay, so he knows all the Shastras, has realization, and he is detached from material things. Okay, just a small thing. Material world and spiritual worlds. Sorry. Okay, the conscious things cannot. Okay, conscious thing cannot touch the material things cannot touch conscious things, like spiritual things cannot touch material things cannot touch conscious things, spiritual things. So the Madhyamadikari, the devotee Madhyamadikari, he speaks a lot of Hari Katha, he gives Diksha, he gives teachings, he is giving us benefit. He is the Guru. Okay, but who is a bona fide disciple? The bona fide disciple, example, or Aruni and I think Upamanu, he said, okay, although they were bona fide disciples, they had Mayavadi gurus, and they got the teachings and they got mukti. So a not bona fide disciple, there are so many disciples who are not bona fide in this material world. For example, Ekalavya. Wow, he cut his thumb to give to his guru. He gave the external thing to his guru, but not the internal thing to his guru. So that's why he's not a bona fide disciple. The guru doesn't want that you just. The guru didn't want him, Ekalavya, to learn the knowledge of archery because he would kill Arjuna. But he knew this. Ekalavya knew that his guru didn't want, like Dronacharya didn't want, but still he learned by force. Then, like externally, he cut his thumb and gave it to Dronacharya, but actually didn't follow his first order in the first place. So Ekalavya is a not bona fide disciple. He's not bona fide. So, okay, bona fide guru. Guru and Sanatan, they are both each other's gurus and both each other's disciple. This is really guru and bona fide disciple. Jiva Goswami also. He is the bona fide disciple of Rupa Goswami. So Gurudeva, I told you something I heard today in Gurudev's Katha. I don't want to take a lot of time. Maharaj is sitting here. You are sitting here to listen to him. So I will stop my discussion here. I'm not qualified. Ripple.
सर्दी है ना
Synonym to concentric waves.
To waves. So if it's a ripple, it's more gentle. Waves are generally only on the sea.
Okay.
Ripples you get in a pond or a lake. And then you can improve it.
No, mistaken.
Yeah.
Or something that sounds like not English. I know it's
Krishna
I enjoyed that as well. But the precision with language, I find it really satisfying. So I can the precision with language, like precise that. Like I would be the same. Translating that as well. In detail, getting it all accurate. I enjoy listening out for it.
Hari Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Kanto Radha Namostate Taptavanchan Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Maitri Om Vrindavai Purasidevai Priyavai Kesavasya Krishna Bhakti Prati Devi Sattvattrai Bhakta Vihina Aparadhas Khiptascha Kamadi Tarangamadhai Kripa Tvam Saranam Pravarnam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
First of all, my obeisances to my Guru Pada Padma. Nitya Lila Pravishna Om Vishnu Pada Astutara Shata Shashrimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj. And so Nitya Lila Pravishna Om Vishnu Pada Astutara Shata Shashrimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, to the lotus feet which will remove all the fear. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. And also so we see how Mahaprabhu himself, what he showed in the Gundicha Marjana Lila. When where Bhagavan is, how we should pure the temple and keep it clean and neat and clean. So Mahaprabhu, he took all the stones away from the Gundicha temple. He also, with Mahaprabhu's with sannyasi cloth, even in the scratches among the stones, the lines in the stones, on the stones, Mahaprabhu is like rubbing all the scratches in the stones to take all the dust in between the stones. And so in the Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada's Anubhashya commentary to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada explains that our heart must be very neat and clean. Because when, okay, so there's Sadhana Bhakti, then Bhava Bhakti, then Prema Bhakti. In this context, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada in Anubhashya commentary to Chaitanya Charitamrita, so Sadhana Bhakti has two It's like cleaning your heart, like taking a broom and cleaning your heart completely. Because actually the jivas, they have so many kinds of bad things in the hearts since time immemorial. For example, lust, anger, etc. So these bad samskaras, bad impressions are inside our hearts. This is called ku samskara, bad impression. So, a internet aqui é muito ruim no salão do templo. Todas as redes de celular e também Wi-Fi não pegam direito. Para de pegar a volta. Muito ruim. So, the four kinds of anarthas, Surpa Brahm, Asatrishna, Hridaya, Bali, and aparadhas. And then Vishwanath Chakravarti, this was Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained in Bhajanarahas, and Vishwanath Chakravarti also explained more four kinds of anarthas in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. All these kinds of anarthas are in our hearts, like Sukriti Utanartha, Duskriti Utanartha, Aparadha Utanartha, Bhakti Utanartha. Because if you're not free from the anarthas, you're not free from anarthas, actually Bhagavad Prema will never appear. That's why Sadhana Bhakti has two functions. One, cleaning your heart, clean the heart. And second thing, this that one ray of this mode of the Nitya Siddha Vrajavasis appear in our hearts. This we want. With our senses. So we have 5 Panchaganendra, Panchakarmendra in the mind, 5 working senses and 5 knowledge acquiring senses, plus the mind, 11 senses. So, very skillfully, with our senses, we must broom, like a sweep yourself, like clean your heart. It's not so easy, because the dirtier a cloth is, the more you need to put like soda or like soap or like, I don't know, bleach or some nice thing, some chemical to clean your clothes. So Sadhana Bhakti has 2 functions. So this is also called, the 2 leaves of the Kripa of Bhakti, Kleshagni and Subhada. Then when we come to Bhava Bhakti, the more the cleaner your heart is, the more crystalline your heart is pure. Just like you see in the Gundicha Marjana pastime, Mahaprabhu, what did he show? That he cleaned so well the temple that even his reflection was coming. Because Mahaprabhu was again and again sweeping, cleaning. Putting sap as soap, cleaning with many things. So our heart also must be pure and clean, pure. And then on the surface, on the platform of Sandhini, Samvit Hladini will come. And at that time, your heart will be so ruchibhi. Kantibhi means you will feel the ruchi, the taste for Bhagavad Katha at that time. To have a ruchi taste for Bhagavad Katha is not that easy. You feel so much bliss at that time. You like to speak Hari Katha and also to listen Hari Katha at that time. Because Samvit means Bhagavad Tattva Gyan. Samvit means knowledge about Lord. And Hladini means the bliss will come. So this Shuddha Sattva, if your heart is not pure yet, then this Sandhini will not come. And this Sandhini, actually on the basis of Sandhini, Samvit and Hladini will come. Look, so actually in reality, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada, he wrote That Bhava is Kripa Sadhya, means attained by mercy. If you haven't got the mercy of God and His devotees, you cannot get Bhava. And later on, then Prem. All these descriptions. We say we don't want liberation, huh? Gurudeva said, okay, cut your throat, cut your neck, let's see. Then you say, oh Gurudeva, no, let me breathe, get away from me. Like, let me. So in the shloka of the Bhakta explains, I'm sorry, this internet is terrible, I hope now it goes on. Okay, so koitav means duplicity, the desire for mukti. Okay, so maybe lust and anger go away, but the desire for name, fame, and reputation will not go away. They're just like a line in your heart that will accumulate so much. If you really think about it, you'll see. What is it? Okay, so even lust and anger might be gone, but still the desire for name, fame, and reputation will not go away. And even the desire for mukti, this is the topmost duplicity and hypocrisy, is the desire for liberation. In Sanskrit, there are two words, koitab and okoitab, kapart and kapartarahit, like duplicity and without duplicity and hypocrisy. Koitab means duplicity and hypocrisy, akoitab, without duplicity and hypocrisy. So this duplicity and hypocrisy is the desire for liberation. So you say you don't want liberation, but imagine if I start like to suffocate you, you'll say, let me go. So it's not so easy, but when you do bhajan and sadhana slowly and you progress. Kahan kya? Okay, doing bhajan slowly, you see where this duplicity and hypocrisy is. So if you have, my mind, if you have desire for name, fame, and reputation, how can this pure prema appear in your heart if you have so much desire for pratishta, my mind, for name, fame, reputation? But then, the name, fame, reputation, the materialists give this just like the stool of a pig. So the pratishta, name, fame, reputation, prestige, title that the materialist people give, then this is like the stool of a pig. Materialist people might give you many kinds of name, fame, reputation, but this is just like the stool of the pig. The stool of the pig is a very, inferior thing, very low. But what is the best stool? The stool of the cow, right? Cow dung. Not from the ox, not the stool of the ox. So when you do fire sacrifice, it's written there. Also, you have to offer the urine and the stool of the cow, like female cow, not the dogs. Otherwise, you cannot not do Vishnu Puja. In the book, Satkriya Sadipka explains like this. So you need urine and cow dung. Urine of cow and cow dung. So it's pure. The cow dung and cow urine is a pure thing. So in this world, this pratishta, like a name, fame, reputation that materialist people give, sukarabhishta means the stool of a pig. Why? Why the stool of a pig compared? Because the pig, what do they eat? Actually, the pigs, they eat stool also. They eat the stool of human beings. Except for the pigs. No, put in front of a pig some rasagula and some sweet rice, and put some sweet rice in front of the pig, and the other side stool from a human being, and you can see he'll go running to eat the stool of a human being. He will learn to eat this stool of a human being, and he'll like that. So he likes to live like this. The pigs. Have you seen? In Mathura also, in the back there's a sewage. All the sewage, the bed, like a grey. Mathura goes there, and the pigs live there in Mathura, and you can see them, how they live. So that's why the comparison to the stool of a pig. But in other hands, the pratishta that the Vaishnavas give, tate kuru nishta, then I have nishta in this. Means if the Vaishnavas give me some title, I have Pran Prabhu, Pran Govind Prabhu. कौन सा इंटरनेट? एयरटेल? एयरटेल, जियो, कौन सा? So this pratishta, this name, fame, reputation of this material world that material people give us. But whatever the Vaishnavas give us, this is transcendental. What the Vaishnavas give us is transcendental. So when Vaishnavas give us something, we should accept and put on our heads. Just like Bharata. You see, he brought the paduka, the wooden sandals of Lord Ramachandra, and put on his head, and then he put it on the throne. He put it on the throne of Ayodhya. And every day Bharata used to do arati of the sandals of Lord Ramachandra. So what I want to say is that when Vaishnavas give us something, actually I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified actually. Some Vaishnava give me a place to sit, give me a title, no problem. Understand? Sorry. So just like the parents